Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. We'll be joined here by Tim in a little bit. But we've got a big card to go over. It's going to be me mostly for the NHL. And for the NBA, it'll probably be mostly Tim. And I'll be straight up. I haven't really looked at the NBA card yet. I need to still do that. I will do that as Tim gets here and I have time to actually punch in my numbers for the spreadsheet for my NBA. But with that being said, we're going to take a quick look at what happened yesterday. One went right, one went wrong in the world of sports betting. And yesterday was a slight losing day, still frustrating. I actually went to bed early and woke up that I actually won a bet that I marked a loser. So I have to switch my recap on Twitter. It wasn't as bad as I projected it yesterday because I somehow, after 30 points were scored in the first half of that Bears game. What was it? It was 24-7. I thought there's no way I'm getting that over. None. Or that under. None. And only 12 points in the second half. So, yeah. So that under did end up hitting. So, but we'll recap yesterday. I don't have the exact numbers because I still have to adjust for that under in the Chargers game winning. But it wasn't as bad as it could have been. It was overall down 1.48 units on the day. So another losing day, but I went to bed thinking it was going to be a negative 2.5 unit day, which would have sucked. The NFL was down 1.15 units, 10-14-1. Lost with the Steelers money line. Won with the Panthers plus 3.5 and plus 150. Philadelphia minus 3.5 first half, lost by the full game minus 6.5 won. So that was a nice little winner there. Cowboys team total under, full game under was probably the worst bets I made on the entire card. Tennessee Titans plus 3 and money line were winners. The Jets Giants first half under 17. How easy was that under? I should have doubled up and just taken both first half full game under in that game and just moved on, stayed off the Jets. But the Jets pushed. Minus 3, they pushed it. That's fine. They kicked a field goal at the in overtime to win that game. Packers were a complete mistake, but I did save myself in that Packers game by taking the under 41.5. So that was a winner. Cleveland Browns, that was painful there. That losing that game, the money line at least. I pushed the plus 4, but lost the Cappers contest, which was the plus 3.5. I ended up going 2-3 in the Cappers contest, which. It's just par for the course. I go 3-2 one week, 2-3 the next. So next week I'll go 3-2 in the Cappers contest. Denver Broncos team total under 18.5 was a loser, but the full game under 46 was a winner. I'm shocked that the Broncos put up 21 points yesterday. I'm truly shocked. Ravens team total over 27.5, full game over 44.5. Boom, both came through. And then the end of the night was just rough. 49ers minus 3. I got a great line on it. Doesn't matter. They lose outright. The under 44.5 as well loses because the Bengals score an extra touchdown late to push that game over. Bears plus 10 and Bears plus 405 were just laughably bad. They get blown out. The first half under 23 loses with about a minute and a half left in the quarter or in the half. But the under 46.5 comes through. So overall, not a great day in the NFL. NHL was 3-3, down 0.33 units. Laid entirely too much juice, but it didn't hurt me too much. The only juicy play I lost was that Avalanche team total over 3.5, which they get shut out back-to-back games against Tristan Jarry and UPL. That's concerning if you're the Colorado Avalanche getting shut out. Not only shut out, but shut out against two goalies that have been subpar this year. So that's very concerning against two teams that give up goals a lot. Because the Sabres have given up a decent amount of goals, and the Penguins have been giving up a decent amount of goals. We'll talk about the Penguins in here in a little bit. They play the Ducks at home today. The Wild team total over 2.5. It was juicy, but the juice was worth the squeeze. I did get that third goal. It was later in the third period than I would have hoped, but we got that. We got the full game over 6.5 as well. Capitals -1. That was a little bit too much of a sweat there too. After the Sharks scored their first goal, though, I live bet the Capitals as well. I think that's something I'm going to look to do is when the Sharks score the first goal of the game, live bet against them because you're going to get a better price. You can get a money line price with them. I got -111 when I live bet the Capitals yesterday, so that's something to keep an eye out for. And the Flames +135. I took a shot with the dog in that game in the Heritage Classic. So overall 13, 17, and 1 down 1.48 units. So hopefully we'll end October on a decent note, maybe. Because this month has been terrible. So maybe we'll have a merciful end to the month and have a couple winning days. That would be nice. Yo, says Joe Kryptonite. You're beat to the bookies. Kill him. Yeah. Morning, crew. Good day yesterday. Let's make it another winning day. There you go. Stacks pot of the day. Raiders team total under. I kind of like that. I'm not taking a side in this game. I think my numbers have slight value on the Lions, which I forgot to put this game in the itinerary for today. Thanks for reminding me. We have a big slate, and unfortunately I can't be here for all of it. Raiders team total under. I kind of like that. Yesterday, biggest loss in months for me. Still up huge over last week. There you go. Philly, Florida, Blackhawks. What do you think? I like Philly. I kind of lean Boston -1, and I am on the Blackhawks. I am on, kind of give it away with one of my plays there. I am on the Flyers today against the Carolina Hurricanes. I also like the over in that game. We'll get into that. Quack, 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 quack. So, yeah, hit a +25. You're insane. You're truly insane. I get it. Nice odds, but you're insane. I wouldn't even think about that. Happened twice since the start of CBA. Got on both. Hell yeah. Hit two-legger yesterday. There you go. And the under 45.5. Trying to hit another one with Man City and over 2.5. The Panthers +3.5. Nice. Jets money line. There you go. But let's get into it here. I mentioned that we will be talking Carolina, Philly, and this is it. The Carolina Hurricanes and the Philadelphia Flyers. Carolina -185 with a total of 6 in this game. Let's get to the line history in this spot. Let's switch this over from football to the NHL. Is that really down to a 7 in the football game? We'll get into that. This line opened up at a 173. It's up to a 184. I got in last night when it was about this number too. Line opened up at a 6 -106. It's now up to a 6 -110. So line moving toward Carolina and the over in this spot. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, where we have 59% of the tickets, 62% of the cash is coming in on Philly, 80% of the tickets, 83% of the cash is coming on the over there in this spot. Let's get up my hockey numbers. There we go. I have this game projected for 6.5 goals, so I do have a nice little edge here on this over 6. I'm shocked they put it at a 6, and I get it. Philadelphia is more of an under team. But I also have the goalie advantage in this spot, and Anderson's been terrible this year for Carolina, if it is Anderson tonight. And my numbers have this game around a -135, -140 here for the Carolina Hurricanes. I took a shot here, +166 with the Philadelphia Flyers. This is the spot that I want the Flyers, and they're 3-0 in this situation this year as a home dog. When they're home dogs, you want to back them. Now, I faded them at home last game. That's because they were -180 favorites. But previous to that, when they're home dogs, they're -101 against Minnesota. We cashed with them there. I should have cashed with them against Edmonton at home. They were nice big dogs there. And we cashed with them against Vancouver as well as a home dog. And once again, we have them in this home dog situation. I don't trust Carolina defensively to be laying this type of price on the road. So I'll take a shot here with the Philadelphia Flyers at +185. I'm kind of interested in their team total, which I'm assuming I can get at a 2.5. Because I could definitely see them scoring 3 goals against the Carolina Hurricanes today. 2.5 -120. I might pull the trigger on that. That's kind of appealing as well. I'm very interested in Philadelphia in this game. I think that they're able to put up goals against Carolina. And they get the job done here today as a nice little home dog. So looking at the Flyers here in this spot against the Canes tonight, and as well as the over. I do like the over 6 as well. I have this game projected for 6 goals. So we're looking for the Flyers to be putting up goals tonight against Carolina at home. And I'm probably going to look to add that team total over 2.5 as well for Carolina or for the Flyers here in this game. Let's see. Kirk Gray on the Raiders money line. It would not shock me. It wouldn't at all. Tim on his way home. There you go. Good morning. Good morning. Huge over bet. Flyers over 2.5, excluding OT for a 100% look at goals. Yes. I am actually going to move on that team total over as well. Raiders plus 300. Depends on if the Raiders defense can get to Goff. If they can, they could win. Yeah, they very well could. 20 units. Geez. Lean Raiders, but also to bounce back. The Lions are coming in off of an embarrassing loss as well. So that's kind of what kept me off the side in that game. I'm going to be on the under, as always. But Raiders pass rush has been lively. Yeah. What's up? Played the Lightning money line, the Bruins money line. I like both those plays. We'll get into that. And of course he leans over, and we'll get into this Boston play here. I have not moved on this game yet, but I think I might. By the way, I'm going to quickly bet that Flyers over 2.5 team total. So we'll have 3 plays invested into this Carolina Hurricanes game. We desperately need that game to go right now. We have the Florida Panthers and the Boston Bruins. The Bruins opened up as a 157 favorite. Now they're up to 160. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 115. It's up to a 6 at minus 120. So a move towards the over and a move towards the Bruins. We have 90% of the tickets, 84% of cash is on the Bruins. 59% of the tickets, 89% of cash on the under. The lines move towards the over, which is kind of interesting here. I had this game projected for 5.38 goals, so I kind of lean towards that under. Allmark has been fantastic once again to start the year. And the Panthers, I had this game projected with the Bruins around minus 180 favorites, minus 185 favorites. So I do see value here with the Bruins in this spot, getting a nice little price here. Or 160. I think that has some value to it. Obviously, I'd be looking at the -1. It's minus 160 plus 150 is the number for that. So that would be, let me take a look what that would be. Here, minus 160 plus 150. We need this in American form. Minus 160 plus 150. That would be a minus 104. I'm kind of interested in this Boston Bruins team. I may have discounted this team heading into the season until further notice. They're bet on and they're not bet against. This is a Boston Bruins team that I'll probably look to just be betting, and I'm going to bet them here in this spot with the minus 104, minus 1 line. And for the Bruins, it's just pretty plain and simple for me. I'm just gonna bet their minus ones until they prove to me that they're not going to be cashing these minus ones. So Bruins for me, I have them around a minus 185, minus 190 favorite. I see some value here taking the minus 160, plus 150 split bet, minus 104. Let's take a look. I have to play Bruins. I'm thinking in reg. The minus 1 line I think is the better way to go. Or Bruins and Pelicans money line parlay. There you go. Panthers and reg plus 200. Tim's on the Panthers money line. I could see it. I could see this going to OT or shootout. That's why I played the minus 1 instead of the regulation line, because I don't lose when the game goes to overtime and they win. I will push. But yeah, I'm going to take a shot here with the Bruins on the minus 1 line in that one. All right. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Anaheim Ducks. The Penguins minus 230 favorites, total 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have this line opened up at a 224. It's up to a 232, so a slight move towards Pittsburgh at this number. Line opened up at a 6.5, minus 120. It's down to a 6.5, minus 115. We have 55% of the tickets, 96% of the cash is on the Duckies, so sharp money coming in on those Ducks. 92% of the tickets are on the under in this spot here. Let's take a look at what my model is saying for this game, and I have the Penguins as slight favorites in this game, minus 230. Good God, I don't know what Penguins team this book is seeing, because it ain't the same Penguin teams I'm seeing. And this was a pretty simple play for me. And I got involved with this game last night when the line was a little bit bigger for the Anaheim Ducks. I got in at plus 214 for Anaheim in this game. And I don't understand why the Penguins are laying this type of a number, especially against a Ducks team that's been playing pretty well as of late. And at a team total 2.5 at minus 120, I'm going to grab that that one as well. Because I think the Penguins are able to get at least 3 goals against Yari. I have them projected for 3.2, I believe. And you're giving me a 2.5 at minus 120. I'll take a shot with that as well. This Penguins team I do not trust as a huge favorite at all. So this one was pretty plain and simple for me. I'm looking quack attack here. Give me the Ducks team total over 2.5 at minus 120. And give me the Ducks money line at plus 214. I think this is a scrappy Ducks team against an overrated Penguins team and looking to make a point. The Ducks just are coming in off of, they beat the Flyers as nice dogs. They beat the Bruins as nice dogs. They got a little momentum going here too. I've made some money off the Ducks in the last few games. Let's go ahead and grab the Duckies here for a little team total over 2.5 and the money line here at plus 214. Some dogs really popped off the screen to me today, and this is definitely one of them. Give me them birds, the ones who can fly. Damn right. Quack attack. Ducks been playing well lately. Ducks, very tempting dogs here. Absolutely. Penguins are a bit overrated. I've been saying that since the season started. Ducks regulation again. Correct. I like it. Let's get into the next game here where we have the Kraken and the Lightning. The Lightning minus 155 favorites with a total of 6.5 in this game. And don't look now, but Jonas Johansson has looked awesome this year. Let's take a look at the line history of this one. Line opened up at a 135. It's up to a 157. If I saw this earlier in the day, I would be on that 135 and not the -1. I am on the -1 with the Lightning. Let's get into it. The line opened up at a 6 at minus 117. It's now a 6.5 at minus 101. So the line's moved towards the over as well, which with the way Johansson's been playing, I kind of don't agree with. We have 28% of the tickets, but 63% of the cash is on the Lightning money line. So maybe a little bit of a public dog here with the Kraken in this spot. And the Kraken have not really impressed me. I have the Lightning around a minus 190, minus 200 favorite in this game. Johansson has been one of the better goaltenders to start the year. Don't look now, but his goals saved above average is phenomenal at around a 6, which this early in the season, he's a top 4 goaltender in goals saved above average, only behind Jake Ottinger, Jeremy Swayman, and Joseph Woll. He's been actually really good. He's had 2 shutouts so far this year. So goaltending may not be as big of a problem as people think it is in Tampa Bay. And I took some Tampa Bay -1 at plus 102. I like this spot here, and I trust Johansson from what I've seen so far. So Lightning -1 for me at plus 102. I think there's some value here with the Bolts in this spot. So that's exactly where I went. Release the Kraken. No, we're going to silence the Kraken. We're going to put them back away and send them back to Seattle because this is not a Kraken spot. Lightning regulation. I like the Lightning -1 better. Obviously, I'm going to advocate for -1s over regulation bets. That's just me personally because in a regulation bet, you lose when it goes to overtime and the team wins. On the -1, it goes to overtime and you can push if they win. So Lightning. Yep. Nick, Tim, I smashed a like. Appreciate it, Richie. Missed your comment on the square money line parlay, Lightning and Bruins. I'm on both. I got both -1 lines. I'm on the square plays too, I guess then. Those are 2 favorites I do like today. Lightning. Yes, the Lightning. We'll move on here. A couple games, three games in a row. I don't have too much interest in. Maybe I might move on that third game. I was talking over maybe taking a plus pluck line in a couple games from now. But with the New York Rangers and the Winnipeg Jets, -120 for the Rangers, total 55.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. This line opened up at a 121. It's down to a 120, so a 1 cent line movement towards the Winnipeg Jets. And this line opened up at a 5.5 -120. It's now a 5.5 -118. So a 2 cent line movement towards the under in this game here. We have 80% of the tickets are on the over, and the line's really not moved. We have 79% of the tickets, 99% of the cash on the Rangers, and the line's not really moved either. This is a game I really had no interest in. I think this line's about correct. I have this game at a pick'em price, so there's not really that much of an edge, and I have this game at a 5.5. 5.56 to be exact. So I really didn't see too much value in this game. Maybe I lean Winnipeg as a slight home dog, but once again, not enough to get my interest in this game. And this total is spot on. If this was a 6, I might play the under. These are two very good goaltenders. Hellebuck has struggled to start the year, though. He's been slightly below. I don't know. My bad. He's picked it up. He's been slightly above average. He started off slow, and then he's played better as of late. It's just a game I'm getting involved with. No. So this is a pass for me. It's him going Rangers puck line. Good luck. Morning, guys. What a sweat from the Dolphins and the Ravens team total, but a casher. I did get that Ravens team total. I did bet that. So, yeah, there you go. Well, let's keep it moving on, where we have the New York Islanders hosting the Detroit Red Wings in this game. The Islanders are minus 155 favorites with a total of 6 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in the spot. Line opened up at a 141. It's up to a 153. So the line has moved towards these Islanders. Line opened up at a 6 at plus 105. It's down to a 6 at plus 104. So a 1 cent line movement towards the under. We have really no cash flow in this game other than 54% of the tickets, 91% of the cash is on the Red Wings. So once again, big money coming in against the Islanders here, which I don't blame them. I don't think the Islanders should be laying this type of number at home. I think it should be more like minus 130, minus 135. Rather than the 150 that they are laying. So there is a slight value here at Detroit if you want it. It's enough to make it a lean for me, not a bet. But one thing I've noticed with the Islanders is they're quite predictable because, and that's something I really like about this team right now, is you bet them as a favorite, you fade them as a dog. Now, granted, I am not betting the Islanders today at minus 155, but they are a perfect 4-0 when they are a favorite, and they are 0-3 when they're an underdog. So like I said, heading into the season, this team is exactly what I thought it was. It's a wild card team. You're going to lose against the higher playoff caliber teams. You're going to beat up on the lower teams. And that's exactly what they've done so far. The only games they've lost, they were a dog against the Avalanche, they were a dog against the Devils, and they were a dog on a back-to-back against the Buffalo Sabres. Their wins, they were a favorite against Buffalo on opening night. They were a favorite against the Coyotes. They were a favorite against the Blue Jackets. And they were a favorite against, I'm drawing a blank on the fourth team they've beat this year. But they were a favorite in all of them. They were a favorite against Ottawa as well. Slight favorite, but they were still a favorite. So for me, this is a spot where I'm staying off the game. I would lean Red Wings if I had to bet a side. And at 6, I think this total is about right because my numbers have this game around a 6.01. So I think this game's about right. Slightly leaning towards the Red Wings. A no play for me. Over 6. Yeah. Islanders regulation. This is one of the only teams where I'll say regulation is probably a better bet than the -1 because you're more likely to get a push on the -1. Maybe a draw. I could see a draw. I could definitely see a draw in this game. This is the game I was talking about maybe taking a plus 1.5 puck line on this one. Columbus Blue Jackets and the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars are minus 275 favorites in this game with a total of 6 spot. Now, taking a look at the line history, it opened up at a 235. It's up to a 276. So this line's moved 40 cents. Line opened up at a 6.5. It's down to a 6. So the line's moved down. 91% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the under in this game. We have 12% of the tickets and 64% of the cash is on Columbus in this game, with 11% of the tickets, 36% of the cash is on their plus 1.5 puck line. And this is exactly what the one I was looking at for a puck line spot, a plus 1.5 puck line, because this game has Dallas wins in overtime written all over it. This is a game where I have no particular interest in laying a number with the Dallas Stars, because let's take a look at what they've done as favorites this year. They've covered the puck line once as a favorite this year, and they've only played 2 games out of their 6 that had a more than 2 goal differential. They lost 4-1 to Toronto last game, and they beat the Penguins as minus 125 favorites 4-1. So they did cover the puck line there. But that being said, when they're big favorites, they don't cover puck lines. They won in overtime against Philadelphia. They won 3-2 against Anaheim. They won in a shootout as minus 210 favorites against St. Louis. So this is a team I'm definitely not looking to lay a puck line with. And my numbers suggest value on Columbus. Now, do I think Columbus wins this game outright? No. Can I see this as a game where the Dallas Stars have a lead late and they do not get an empty net? Yes. And minus 108 for the plus 1.5 here, I think is where I'm going to end up going here with the Columbus Blue Jackets. In this spot, I want to get some type of Blue Jackets action here. And as much as I hate making big dogs into slight favorites, I'm going to take the plus 1.5 here with the Blue Jackets because I could see this game easily being an overtime win for the Dallas Stars. And maybe if you like the plus 1.5, maybe you can take. I wonder what this line is. I just bet the minus plus 1.5. I kind of wonder what the draw no bet is. Or not the draw, the double chance draw and Columbus Blue Jackets money line and draw. Basically, what you can get for the Stars not to win in regulation, basically, because the Dallas. Let's see what that is, because that could be an interesting look in this game as well. Goal scorers, 3 or more goals, 3-way money line. Let's see. First goal in regulation. I want the double chance. Is there a double chance? Double chance. Here we go. Double chance. Regulation draw and Columbus Blue Jackets money line. Plus 120. That seems like a lot better option than the other one. Because I think if the Stars win this, it's by 1 in regulation or it's in overtime. So I'm taking plus 1.5 of the Blue Jackets. It feels dirty, but I took it. Minus 108. Pass. Under 6.5 goals. It's down to a 6, so you got a good number there. And Stars. I don't trust the Stars to lay a puck on. Absolutely not. But we'll get into another one here. I love dogs on the slate. Like, a lot of dogs panned out well. We've already given out the Flyers, the Ducks, and we're on the Blue Jackets puck line. And these next 2 games, I'm on dogs as well. Spoiler. Arizona Coyotes and the Chicago Blackhawks. Total 6. Arizona laying 180, which is insane. It opened up at a 141. It's up to a 182. Line opened up at a 6.5 at minus 106. It's down to a 6 at minus 114. So a move towards the under and a big move towards the Blackhawks. 67% of the tickets are towards the Coyotes. A little bit of a comeback since they've moved it up to the 180, though. 67% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the Blackhawks here in this one. 80% of the tickets, 78% of the cash is on the under. So the line move down makes sense here in this spot. Let's take a look at what my projections for this game was, which was the Coyotes should be favorites, minus 130 favorites. So I took a shot here at plus 164 with the Chicago Blackhawks. Will this play win? Maybe. I'm expecting this play to win about what? If I have them around a plus 130, so win this 45% of the time? 46% of the time? No, maybe like 43% of the time. I'm not expecting this play to win every game. And when I take dogs, I don't expect every single one of them to win. But this is a spot where the Chicago Blackhawks have been cashing as big dogs this year. And I think this is a spot where you have the Coyotes who shouldn't be laying 185 in this game at all. So value here with the Blackhawks here in the spot. That's what I'm looking to find is plus EV plays. They may not win all the time, but give me the Blackhawks here at plus 164 in this game. Bedard over 3.5 shots on goal. Go for it. And maybe Mrazek or Soderblom over saves is a decent look as well. Tim passing. Blackhawks regulation for Mr. Joe Kryptonite. Love it. Let's move on. This is a game I had circled. I really, really like this one. The minus 220 Golden Knights taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Total 6.5 in this game. I do kind of lean under in this one too. This one has under a little bit written all over it. This line opened up at a 240. It's down to a 224. So a move towards the Montreal Canadiens in this spot. Line opened up at a 6 at plus 104. It's 6.5 plus 104. It's down to a 6.5 at plus 103. I do kind of lean under in this game. We have 98% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the Golden Knights. The line's moved down. And we have 50-50 split on the total in this game. I had this game projected around 5 goals. Like, I see this as a 3-2 type of game. And I like the Canadiens in this spot. I played Canadiens plus 203 last night. So another big dog for me here in this spot. Today's either going to be really good or really bad. I think I've already kind of admitted that. And when it comes to this game, I see this game as a lower scoring game. So I'm going to grab some even money on this Vegas Golden Knights team total under at 3.5 plus 100. I think there's some value here with the Golden Knights team total under as well. Jake Allen's been playing really well in net. This has been a scrappy type of Canadiens team. And this is another one where we've seen the Canadiens give the Vegas Golden Knights headaches the last few years, even when the Vegas Golden Knights have been really good and Montreal's been bad. Last year was a 4-3 Vegas win, 6-4. I think that was an empty net at the end. 4-3 in overtime. Like this is a Canadiens team that can drag the Golden Knights into deep water, and this is a spot where we're getting a nice plus price tag to do so, to at least have a puncher's chance, I think, in this game. And the Canadiens have been another team that I've been hitting with a lot this year. So we're going to continue ride Montreal here. Montreal team total, or we're going to ride the Montreal. I got them at plus 203. And I'm going to take the team total under 3.5 at even money as well for these Vegas Golden Knights in this spot. I forgot to type up the NFL game, which I believe is down to a 7, if I'm not mistaken. This is producing on the fly right here, where we have to go bam and wait for this line to load. I believe it's a 46.5. There we go. Let's get back to the chat here. Montreal money line, alt under 4.5. Love it. Habs Knights over the total, I think, bro. I don't know. Maybe a 4-3 night or 4-3 Habs win. I'll take that. For sure. I would take a 4-3 win with the Habs there. That's up to a 47, and it's a 7.5 this Lions game, which we'll touch on after the World Series game. So let's move that up here. But that is the hockey slate. We'll move into baseball here. World Series game number 3. The World Series, considering that the playoffs have been terrible for me, the World Series has been pretty strong to start it off. We cashed the Rangers team total over in the full game over in game 1. We cashed the Diamondbacks in game 2. Let's get into game number 3. Let's switch my line history from MLB to from hockey to baseball here in this one. This line's moved towards the Rangers, which is kind of interesting. Minus 105, but they opened up. They're minus 112 now. Total opened up at a 9 at minus 110. It's up to it's still at 9 minus 110. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game between them. Let's take a look. All markets. We have 35% of the tickets and 83% of the cash is on the under, yet the line is not moved. So they're showing no fear in that. 58% of the tickets, 57% of the tickets, 58% of the cash is on the Rangers, which explains the line move towards the Rangers. I don't agree with it, but it explains it. We have the pitching matchup of Brandon Pfaadt and Max Scherzer in this game, and I'm looking to fully invest on fading Max Scherzer here in this spot. Max Scherzer has not looked good since coming off the IL. He's pitched twice against the Astros. He gave up 5 earned runs in 5 hits in 4 innings in that 8-5 loss. He gave up 2 runs in 4 hits, which was a better performance. But considering in Game 7 he went 2 2/3, I don't really consider that much of a better performance because he's been. He only went 2 2/3. What are we going to get from Scherzer tonight's the ultimate question, and not much. I think is a good answer. And Brandon Pfaadt on the other side, he's been good throughout these playoffs. The only thing is he's inexperienced. He's a rookie now in the World Series, which is a huge stage for him. But that being said, the playoffs has not rocked him at all. Other than giving up 3 runs in, I believe, the first inning against the Brewers, right? That was 3 runs in the first 2 innings against the Brewers in the wild card game 1. He's been phenomenal. He shut out the Dodgers in 4 1/3. He shut out the Phillies in 5 2/3. He gave up 2 earned runs in 4 innings against the Phillies in that 4-2 win in Game 7 of that series. So the stage and the lights have not been too bright for Brandon Pfaadt so far. That being said, the over is hit in both these games so far, and I think I want to go back to it here today. And I'm going to invest here in the Arizona Diamondbacks as well. So I'm going to have 3 plays in this game. We've done well so far to start the World Series. Let's continue it today. We're going to start it off with the Arizona Diamondbacks money line at plus 102 in this spot to win this game. I like them here at home. We're going to go the Diamondbacks team total over 4.5 at even money. and we're going to go the full game over 9 here at -110. I'm expecting the Diamondbacks to light up Max Scherzer tonight because we've seen him crack in the biggest moments, and I think this is one of those moments that we're going to see him crack. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some Diamondbacks here, +102. I don't agree with this line movement whatsoever. Grab me some team total over 4.5 and the full game over 9 here for this game. Tim, welcome.
Good morning.
We have the World Series game number 3 here, Diamondbacks and Rangers.
Cool. You already know who I'm on. I'm going to be on the Arizona Diamondbacks every single game of the series. I've been on them pretty much all playoffs, and I'm not going to stop now. I don't feel like I need to stop, so I'm gonna keep rolling with them. Yeah, I'm gonna fade Verlander Scherzer, but Brandon Pfaadt, I mean, he has been fantastic. He shut down the Phillies twice. He shut down the Dodgers. Struggled against Milwaukee, but after that last 3 starts against Dodgers, Philly, which are supposed to have really, really good offenses, this rookie has pitched 14 innings and has given up 2 runs. I don't think the stage is going to get to him. I think Brandon Pfaadt has another really good start, and I'm gonna keep growing with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
I like it.
I'm gonna go ahead and load up the Arizona Diamondbacks real quick because.
What's your thoughts on this game going over the total? The first 2 games have gone over, but I can see the Diamondbacks producing enough offensively off of Scherzer. Maybe a first 5 over in this game could be an interesting look because as good as Brandon Pfaadt has been, I could see the Rangers getting a couple runs soon, and I think that the Diamondbacks put up at least 3 in the first 5 against Max Scherzer.
I would be careful with the over, but that's because I really like Brandon Pfaadt to have a really good game.
I can definitely see Brandon Pfaadt shoving. Absolutely.
He can go. The thing is, I don't want to take it. I'd rather take Arizona, thinking Arizona's going to win this game maybe 6-1 or something like that, thinking that Brandon Pfaadt goes out there and shuts him down. And as crazy as it sounds, with recent form, Brandon Pfaadt's the better pitcher.
Absolutely. Recent form, better pitcher. Better form.
A rookie is in better form and is the pitching advantage against one of the best pitchers in our generation.
Correct.
I didn't think I would ever say Brandon Pfaadt over Max Scherzer this year, but let's get it. Give me Brandon Pfaadt and the Arizona Diamondbacks to take a 2-1 lead in the series.
And
although
man,
I will mention tiny little trend that I'm not liking. Texas is undefeated on the road.
Yeah, they are.
But give me the Arizona Diamondbacks. Let's roll.
They also struggle as favorites, which they're now favorites now too. So
I don't really count this as them being a favorite. To pick them.
Fair enough.
I feel like in order to be a favorite, they have to be at least -125 area. That's Fair enough. Favorite.
Yep.
Anything else is a pick 'em.
There you go. Morning, gents. Great Sunday, payday. Let's get it. Yep. Let's get it. Befad. Yeah. I'm kind of like the D-backs first 5 Rangers full game. I still think the bullpen advantage is with the Diamondbacks. I mean, there's a reason why you see the Texas Rangers, instead of bringing out normal relief pitchers now, they have had basically the same three. They've had like the same 3 relievers: Sabords, Chapman, and LeBlanc. Like that's been their 3 relievers.
Do they really need to do anything else?
But I mean, when you see them needing middle relief, it's Andrew Heaney, it's Dane Dunning. It's not a middle relief pitcher. So, big show coming in. Sup, fuckers? Sup?
A fucker.
Go D-backs, yes. In UPL, we trust. That was truly stunning yesterday. I will say that. I'll tip my cap. That was truly stunning yesterday that he shut out the Avalanche.
Yeah, a quick shout out to the Buffalo Sabres. 12-1-1 with those goat heads. Don't fade the goat heads. Let's go Sabres.
There you go. Who's the better rapping twin? We both suck at it.
Hey, hold on. Big show. Look at this. We don't rap.
Under 9? No, Timmy. Check Twitter, Tim. Yeah, Joe hit a 251.
The third quarter, race to 20, neither. I just got to start taking those.
Yeah. Yep. We'll move on here to Monday night. Yeah, we'll move on here to Monday Night Football. This will be the last game I go over because I'll be straight up. I have not capped the NBA yet. I will be doing that during the day and betting it during the day because I just haven't had the time to go ahead and bet it. Or to cap it yet. But the Las Vegas Raiders are at the Detroit Lions. Lions 7.5-point favorites. Total of 47 in this game. That does make me a little bit nervous watching this total tick up, but I think it's just giving us a better number. That's, I think, all that is doing. Let's take a look here. Kind of interesting line movement here on the side. Look ahead line was a 7.5. It reopened up at a 7.5. It got up to a 8 at some point, and it's back down to a 7.5. And it looks like you can get a 7 soon with these Lions. So I do think that this is a spot where you can get 7 soon with Detroit if you do like that side. The line opened up at a 44. Look ahead was 44. Opened up at a 44.5. It's up to a 47. So this line has creeped up, and makes me happy that I've not placed the wager yet on this under, because I will be getting a better number now than if I would have betting it last night. Because I will be on this under because it is a primetime game. Am I looking at the side of this game? No. If I'm looking at a side in this game, it's the Raiders or nothing for me. And I get it. I'll have everybody on Twitter tell me this is a bounce back spot for the Lions. They're coming off of the embarrassing loss. They're playing the Raiders. This has backdoor cover written all over it. If you like the Lions, tease them down to a 1.5 and tag them with someone next week. That's the way to approach the Lions right now. But with that being said, I am leaning Raiders in this game plus the 7.5. You could have gotten an 8 earlier in the week, but I think at 7.5, it's still worth it. Even though my number for this game is a little bit different. I have the Lions as a 9-point favorite in this game. So maybe if you're able to get a 7, you maybe take a shot with the Lions. The question is, how much do you see the Raiders scoring in this game with, I want to say, O'Connell as your quarterback? Or because it's not Jimmy G, it's either O'Connell or it's Brian Hoyer. If it's Brian Hoyer, I'm in love with this under. If it's O'Connell, I'm okay with it still. But I'm just going to go right back to what I've been betting, and that's the primetime unders first half full game. Even though the first halves have been killing me as of late, the full games have been hitting. But I'm going to be back on that first half under as well.
There you go. It's primetime under. We really don't do much capping involving primetime games. We always just take the under. We move on from it because the unders are hitting at a solid clip this year. Unders in general in the NFL are hitting really, really nicely. We are including in all games. There's been 120 games. 71-49 under. That's 59.2%. So under bettors galore, even in overtime games. 4-3 to the overs, but it's pretty much split in overtime games. So a lot of unders happening, a lot of good defense. And that kind of speaks to, I don't know about you, Nick. I don't see a standout MVP this year.
No,
I feel like everybody's had their bad weeks.
Yeah.
So
honestly, when we talk about looking at MVPs, I think there is one player we should be looking at actually, and he's probably not. Huh?
Tyreek Hill.
No, not even Tyreek Hill. I want to see what I'll look up what his future is now. It was obviously, I think, much bigger in the preseason. MVP, he is 11-1 still. I'll take a shot with him. And here's ready. He's scored a touchdown in every single game so far this season. Christian McCaffrey. Are we really discussing who the MVP is right now? It's Christian McCaffrey.
It's Tyreek Hill.
It's Tyreek Hill's odds are Tyreek Hill is 25-1 if you like him. But I mean, we're having
but the quarterback.
If you look at of course it's a quarterback award. Tua is 3-1. Patrick Mahomes is 350. Jalen Hurts is 375. Really? 7-1 for Lamar Jackson.
It's because those guys their teams are all good.
Yeah, probably if you like Christian McCaffrey, he's probably offensive player of the year.
Yeah, I was about to say you gotta look at it an award that's just not given to a quarterback because they're a quarterback.
Running back. Yeah.
Right now, the MVP is given back to quarterbacks. You got to find a different spot to bet McCaffrey.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate because he deserves it. He deserves it.
Back to the chat real quick, Nick.
Yeah. I was just tracking a couple of my hockey plays.
Yeah, I'm gonna go post my hockey for. Oh, real quick, my hockey yesterday. I think it went 2-1. So, and the two winners were the over in the Minnesota game and the Sabres, and the loser was San Jose.
There you go. Joe Kryptonite saying 7:30 your time, early bird special. Big Show, a Lions guy saying, I can't take the Lions at -7 even without the run game. No Monty, no spreads. Fair. With no run game, I'm hoping he doesn't throw the ball more. That's actually terrifying for my under if Jared Goff's going to be dropping back and throwing more. Pass. All CBA games tomorrow at potential. There you go. Ningba. What a weekend. Yeah. Los Penguinos, no Penguinos. Goff. Yeah. Lions -1.5 first quarter at -130. Lions top 3, maybe number 1 in the league. ATS, I believe actually the number 1 ATS team in the league actually lost the first quarter or pushed the first quarter on the money line yesterday, lost it on the spread. That's the Baltimore Ravens first quarters. They cashed the first half though. Yeah. Josh Jacobs over 60.5 rushing yards. No chance Tyreek wins. It would go to Tua if it goes to a non-quarterback. The only chance is McCaffrey, 100%. I might bet McCaffrey to win the MVP at 11-1. Like, that's stupid that his number's that, considering what he's produced. And all of Detroit parlay today, money line plus 762. I saw Detroit Lenny posted that in the group chat today.
Wings, that's right.
Yeah. He said Red Wings Lions money line parlay. I'm like, no Pistons too. So.
Oh, the Pistons play today too. That's right.
The Pistons played again today too. But it's now NBA time. It's just my time to head on out. I will probably tweet out my card, or I'll post my NBA plays on the YouTube community tab for the members only when I do get around to betting the NBA. So I will post that there.
All of mine already got posted there last night. And
so I will post my NBA there because I just don't have. Last night actually I get this, Tim, for the first time in forever. I went to sleep before midnight. I know, right? I was frustrated, pissed off. I had the long day on Saturday. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go to bed. And then I woke up to the under actually hitting in the Charger game. So
yeah, I woke up to that, but then I woke up to the Sacramento Kings covering, which was nice.
There you go. But I'm going to head on out here. I have class in a few minutes, so I'm going to peace out, and good luck with the NBA today.
Let's do it. We get to start off with the Chicago Bulls and the Indiana Pacers. Pacers off to a nice start this year. They're 3-point favorites with a total of 230. Bulls, I don't understand this Bulls team. They lose to Oklahoma City. I'm high on Oklahoma City. That makes sense to me. They win in overtime against Toronto. Fine. They lose to Detroit by 16. This Bulls team makes no sense to me. And on the opposite side, this is a Pacers team that I actually kind of like. They go, and they're 2-0 to start the year, and they've won by 23-12. So they've looked quite nice. Am I touching this game? No. If as weird as it sounds, if I'm going after anything in this game, I kind of leaning Bulls. But I'm not betting this game. It's just I feel like the way that these two teams are playing, the way that Indiana's playing, I figured they would be a 5-point favorite at home, somewhere at 5.5 at home, not a 3.5. I feel, or a 3. I think it's a little bit too short of a line. But am I going after this one to start off? No, I am not. Tyreek, first receiver to hit 1,000 receiving yards this season. 2,000, whichever one it is. Members only is great value, guys. Appreciate it, Joe. Both teams score 110 points. Sure. If that's the case, I'd probably just take the over. We've seen points in Indiana games, so Bulls versus Pacers. Yeah, no, I got you, man. Bulls money line for sure. I lean that way, but I could never. I can never. I wouldn't bet them today. I want to see free stuff, 1 month membership given out to the new folks. That'd be swinging though. I want to see free stuff, 1 month membership given out. We could try to do stuff like that. Well, we could try to do giveaways and stuff when we hit certain points. We're almost. You know what? We are currently at. Here, I'll come up with one for you, Cameron. Ready? We are currently at how many subscribers on YouTube? 3.58, which is more towards. We're at 3582, I believe. Hold on. We're at 3583, Cameron. 2600, and I'll give away a subscription. I'll give away a month membership. And for every 100 subscribers we get on the channel, I'll give away one membership for each thing. So, Cameron, share us out. Do whatever you need to. Let's see if we can get 17 subscribers once we hit 3,600. I'll personally buy. It'll probably just be a random person getting it, but or we'll see how it goes. But for every 100 subscribers, we'll give away one YouTube membership. There you go. Plus 100 for that. Not bad. Lies, Joe. Pass. Over. I could see the early. I could see the over. Never told lies. You shall not tell lies. 2 chains. Pacemakers. I can't. This one was just a little bit of a weird one. I will quickly mention that I'm going to put this game up in front of all of them because seeing that we're mentioning member only, best bet for the NBA is in this game between the Dallas Mavericks and the Memphis Grizzlies. So $4.99 a month, 16 cents a day. That's where you can find it. Or it's also on the Picks and Parleys site. But if you guys are interested, boom, right there. Let's keep rolling because we won't talk this game. We're going to move on to the next game, which is the Brooklyn Nets and the Charlotte Hornets. This game's about a pick 'em with a total of 228. And I looked at this game and nope, didn't want to click that one. I'm on the Charlotte Hornets. I took them on the money line. I got +1. What did I get? +104. +103 for them. This Nets team, they've covered the first 2 games, but that's when the spread will actually matter. The spreads actually came into effect. I don't think the spreads can come into effect in this game. A 1-point spread, you can't even help. They need to win the game in order for them to cover. Kind of like Charlotte. I think Charlotte's going to be a team that's going to be a little bit interesting to bet earlier on in the season, and then they're going to kind of drift away towards the mid to end of the season. I don't think this Hornets team is going to be good, but I'm going to take them money line +103 today. I think I bet every Charlotte game. No, I did not bet them. I did not bet the Detroit game, but I feel like I have a decent read on the Charlotte team. I'm grabbing their money line today. Jalen Duran double once the line drops. Okay, I don't hate that. Leaning Mavs. Good luck. Pass on the Nets. Hornets at home. Yeah, I like the Hornets at home. I think they could be a good home team this year. This game's gross. We get the Boston Celtics and the Washington Wizards. Boston's a 10-point favorite with a total of 229. I'm not going to sugarcoat this one. I'm not betting it. If anything, I'm going to lean towards Washington just because I'm not laying 10 points with a team on the road. Am I trusting Washington to cover? No. Washington's coming off of a nice win versus Memphis as a 1-point favorite. I misread that line. Whatever with that one. But 10, I feel like this one seems right. There's no chance I'm laying 10 points with a road team. So it'd be a lean towards Washington. They're 1-1 to start the. I mean, you look at it. Boston's looked okay. They won and covered versus New York, they didn't cover versus Miami. They've looked okay to start the year. And Boston's a team that I do think is going to be one of the best teams in the East, if not the best team in the East. But I can't go after this game. This one's kind of gross. Give me Celtics. Where's Nasty Nate? Celtics might smash them, though. They could. I may play Celtics team total over. Ain't no defense on the Warriors, considering they've allowed 143, and then 106 wasn't a bad game for them, but I can understand that. Raptors, Celtics, and Nuggets should all cover. We'll talk about the Raptors game next. I'm not touching the Celtics. I almost bet the Nuggets, but on a second leg of a back-to-back, coming back home as an 8.5-point favorite, I can't. I'm not touching the Nuggets today. I lean that way, but we'll talk about them later. This game, pretty similar spot. Raptors are 8.5-point favorites. 216.5 is the total. And I'm not gonna. I don't like to waste people's time. So if I'm not gonna like a game, I'm not gonna dive deep into it. I don't like this game. You get Portland, who's starting off 0-3. They haven't covered a spread yet. They just got blasted last night by 28 points to Philly. On the opposite side, you get Toronto, who is 1-2 to start the year. They have a win against Minnesota, a loss against Chicago, a loss against Philly. And it's their third game in 4 days. Neither side has any value to me. Because Portland's playing a back-to-back. Toronto's 3 games in 4 days. Technically, Portland's 3 games in 4 days as well. I'm not sure what we're going to get out of this one. I would kind of lean Portland just because I don't think Toronto deserves to be a favorite in this game. But once again, another game I really don't want to dive deep into. Love Toronto today, never in doubt. You just like to fade Portland. I understand it. God, I'm not laying that. Minus the 8.5. Have fun, dude. I really like this game, though. We get the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Atlanta Hawks. T-Wolves are a 2-point favorite on the road. 231.5 is the total. And this one was almost best bet material. The play in the Dallas-Memphis game was a little bit better for me. But I'm loving Minnesota in this game. They're 1-1 to start the year, which is mad. They have their loss to Toronto, a nice 16-point win. It was against a Butler-less Miami team. Atlanta starting off 0-2 and then winning last night. They lost to Charlotte, lost to New York, both of them by 6 points, and then blew out Milwaukee last night by 17. Yeah, I love Minnesota in this game. What was the last thing everybody saw from Atlanta? Was that blowout win against one of the best teams in the East. I think it's a bad spot for them. Minnesota's now is the favorite in this one. I took them minus the 2. One of my favorite plays on today's slate is fading Atlanta after that huge win against a division rival, against a conference rival. I think it's a letdown spot for him. Give me mini ha-ha in this one. Leaning under in the Raptors game. Okay. Mini, let's go. Yep. Ant-Man 25 tonight. He goes crazy when he's in the A. I could see that. Well, he's going to have to in order for them to win this one. Well, that's I will say I almost bet this one, but the line kind of kept me off of it. Detroit and Oklahoma City will be going at it. Oklahoma City is a 6-point favorite with a total of 225 in this game. I was close to betting Oklahoma City. Why am I not betting it? I'm not going to lay 6 points on them. I think they're good, at most 3-point favorite. Anything over 3, and I kind of want to just stay away from them. I will say they are coming off of that blowout loss. It was to Denver, which I still believe the Denver Nuggets are the best team in basketball until further notice. And I don't think there's a team that's particularly close at the moment. Every team I've seen so far has had flaws. There's a couple undefeated teams left. It's Denver. It's New Orleans. We'll talk about them next. It's Dallas. It's Orlando, which rocking the Orlando jersey today. And it's Boston. There's not a lot of and Indiana. Oklahoma City. I mean, these two teams, I expect Oklahoma City to be good Am I laying 6 points with them at home? No, I'm not. So this one's a stay away. But I'm not interested in going after the Pistons either. I think the Pistons will be bad. Yes, I know they're starting off 2-1 so far this year. Keep in mind they beat Charlotte and Chicago. Not really too high on those teams. So stay away from me. I'm trying not to go after a lot of plays. So give me Oklahoma City first half. I can see that. 2 thumbs up and a flame from Joe. Appreciate that, Joe. Now, I will say I got a lot better of a line in this one. The Pelicans are a 4.5 point favorite now with a total of 227.5 against the Warriors. Warriors starting off the year 2-1. They lost their opening game to the Suns, and then they went into Sacramento and won and covered, and then we went into Houston, won and covered. This is weird. They're winning games on the road. That being said, I am on the Pelicans today. I think this Pelicans team has a high ceiling. I think their ceiling is top 3 in the West. They were a solid team last year without Zion. You add their star back in, they're going to be even better. I got this one personally at a 2.5. I got Pelicans minus 2.5. It's up to 4.5. Once again, if you were on the member only, I got posted out last night. They were 2.5. Could have gotten it. But this is a Pelicans team I think is going to be really, really good throughout the year. And I think it's a Pelicans team that's going in the right direction. This is a Warriors team that come later on in the season will be going in the wrong direction. Give me the Pels minus 2. I got 2.5. I'm not sure if I would take it at 4.5 though, but I am on the Pelicans. Fly, Parleys, fly. Yes, let's go Parleys. Give me Texas Rangers run line today. No. Give me Arizona. Nathan, come on. Let's jump into this one. And all I'll say is I feel bad for the Miami Heat. The Bucks are 5.5 point favorites. 224 is the total. I'm on the Bucks. I think Bucks by a lot. And I got it at a 5. Now it's a 5.5. Once again, got a good line. There's a Bucks team that just got blown out last night. Don't let the 17-point games fool you. Milwaukee was done at halftime. That game was over early. There was points where Atlanta was up 20 plus, like 25 plus points. So that game was over quickly. Even though Milwaukee hasn't covered a spread yet, I still like Milwaukee to get their job done today. Their backups were in, started the fourth quarter. So it's back-to-back, yes, but they didn't really play all that much. Miami is coming off of losing 2 in a row to Boston and Minnesota after they won their opening game by 1 against Detroit. I'm not high on this Miami Heat team. I know that the Heat or the Warriors have made the finals in like every single finals the last 7 or 8 besides 1. But I could see both of them kind of not doing anything this year. I like the Bucks in this one. I got them at minus 5. I think Bucks by double digits. Zigzag theory. No, thank you. I'm going the bet the same team every single theory, and I'm not putting my money on Max Scherzer in the playoffs. Nathan, why are you backing Max Scherzer in the playoffs? Bucks first half. I can see that. All right, let's head to my boys. The defending NBA champion Denver Nuggets are 8-point favorites at home versus Utah. Total of 227.5. You get the Jazz that are 1-2 to start the year. With blowout losses to Phoenix and Sacramento, a 2-point win versus LA. Denver 3-0 to start the year. They've beaten the Lakers, the Grizzlies, and the Thunder. And this is kind of a similar situation. I would lean Nuggets in this game. I know it's a back-to-back, but the starter sat the fourth quarter. I think Murray got like 2 minutes in the fourth quarter, and then it was Watson, and it was Christian Braun, and it was just the bench that looked really impressive. And I think this Nuggets team, This Nuggets team is better than the team that won the championship last year. I strongly think that because the bench just looks fantastic. And that was the one concern last year was the bench. Denver, they played a close game against Memphis, but they've been in control of all their games. I would lean Nuggets. I'm not pulling the trigger on this one, though. But I would lean Nuggets minus the 8. Dame and SGA coming off bad performances. Expect a bounce back from the 2 All-Stars. I could see that. I will back my my 2 colored eye friend, LOJK Tim. May have to rethink if it's Scherzer. It is Scherzer versus Brendan Fad, which Brendan Fad's been fantastic. Final game of the night. It's the Orlando Magic taking on the LA Lakers. The Lakers are 2-point favorites with a total of 218. And right off the rip, I'm grabbing Orlando. And I got a really good number on this one. Wow, it's another one. The money line's down to plus 110. I got 145 last night. So I'm either going to have a really good day because of CLV or it's not going to matter altogether. But I was rocking my Orlando jersey today because I am all over. Oh, whoa, whoa, it's Magic. This is a Magic team that just looks really good. Granted, they've played Houston and Portland. This will be the first team that is not like a garbage team that they get to play. But the Lakers, 1-2 to start the year, lost to Denver, a loss to Sacramento, and a win against Phoenix by 5. But God, that game was ugly for them. They Phoenix kind of gave them that game. So realistically, the Lakers could be 0-3 right now. I just don't think this Lakers team is good. And Orlando being hungry. Plus, you look at yesterday, I believe the Lakers played yesterday. An OT game late at night in Sacramento. I mean, it's not a far travel, but this is an Orlando Magic spot 100% for me. So I'm jumping on the Magic in this one. I got it at plus 145. It's now down to a plus 110, 115. But give me the Magic in this one. Over. I could see an over in this game. P. Fatty. It's funny as shit to hear Higgs talk about P. Fatty. There you go. That is all the games for today. I don't have my hockey card yet because I'm going to be – I didn't look at it. Missed part of the show that we talked about it. I will say I'm on the Panthers 100%. And what other game did I give out yesterday? I gave out the over in the Red Wings game on Ballin' Out. But I haven't recapped that yet. I haven't bet that, so I can't recap it. I'm on Arizona under in the Monday Night Football game. Once again, best bet is for the NBA, either right here, $4.99 a month, or it's on the picksandparleys.net website. It's between the Dallas Mavericks and the Memphis Grizzlies. It's in this game, so if you guys are interested, good luck. Today, I'm on the Charlotte Hornets. I'm on the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm on the Pelicans. I'm on the Bucks, and I'm on the Magic. I may have to tell you with the Magic. Let's get it. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Good luck, guys.